2022, a new year. So, if I was to sum up the last 2 years for most people, it would go like this. COVID-19, or coronavirus, loss of a job, being underpaid, lots of Netflix, and being stuck in a rut. So with being trapped at home and being unable to do things we always did in the past, how do we make this year our year? A year to remember and work on ourselves. And that's what we're diving into today. My name is Ian Sharpenshay.
And I'm Lindsay Bork.
And this is the Marking Milestones podcast.
We finally in a new year, 2022, and 2021 was a rough year for everybody. I think just a lot of stuff going on, all this pandemic stuff going on throughout the year. It's thrown a lot of people off. I feel like people don't know what to do, where their goals at. Some people depressed, some people alone. So we're going to make 2022 a better year for ourselves. And So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, so we want to give y'all our own thoughts and some of our personal advice of how to make this year your year. And I think we should just start it off by saying, what are some things you're looking forward to this year?
Yeah, so I know we have big, huge announcement. We are going to have a new baby coming this year. And so we are so super excited about that. And that's something that we really look forward to this year. This is really, really so many prayers answered for our family. I mean, if y'all have listened to our podcast previous on pregnancy loss, then you know our family has struggled with infertility issues for a while now. We've had a few losses, and we've been praying so hard, and this is just a huge blessing this year. And one thing I do look forward to, or I guess approaching this baby coming, is how our family dynamic will change, because it's going to change a lot.
Right.
And how Riker is going to react to the baby, because at first he was all about it, like, oh yeah, baby. And now when we talk about the baby, he's like, no. So I'm like, okay, how's this going to be?
I think he's realizing, like, oh man, I'm not the only child anymore.
Maybe so. And he don't want to talk about it. At first he was like, Riker's baby. And now it's like,
no.
I don't want to talk about it. That's not in your stomach. No.
So, like, I know this is like the New Year podcast and everything, but going off of that, I kind of want to ask you a question. Is like, finding out the news that you're going to be having another baby and everything. Like, how did you feel with everything?
So at first when we found out, of course you excited, but of course it was scary for us because we've had so many losses already.
Right.
So we waited a while before we said anything to anybody. Just wanted to make sure everything was okay. But once we went to the doctor, knew everything was good. I mean, everything has been so great. The heartbeat has been wonderful. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's just so exciting. And it's like, we just thank God every single day. Yeah. And every night we pray as a family. That's how we do it at our house. Just trying to teach Riker how to pray to God. And each night before you go to bed, that's what we do. And we do it together. And we thank him as a family, and we ask him every single night, God, please bless the baby in mommy's belly, and please let the baby be healthy, and let the pregnancy be healthy, let the delivery be healthy. And so, Riker's on board with that, but talking about it during the day, I don't know. He has some mixed feelings about it, I think.
That too. So y'all don't know what it is yet, which y'all gonna be finding out soon.
No, we find out in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
What we're gonna be having.
So, what do you think? Because I've told you since before Riker was born that it was gonna be a girl, but Riker's a boy. Like, with this time, I'm almost 100% certain that it's a girl.
Yeah, I mean, we just want a healthy baby, but I don't know. I feel like y'all have asked me already before, and I don't know. Like, I know that the pregnancy feels different. Everything's different. Even like food, like cravings wise.
Yes, it's different than it was with Riker.
Yeah, sick wise, everything is completely different. But I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have like an intuition or what I think. I don't know. I don't know.
You don't have the sense to say.
No,
like,
I don't know.
I know what it is.
I mean, I would like it for it to be a girl.
Of course. We have so many boys in our family now that it's time for a little girl.
I think so.
You know.
Yeah. I know Daddy's ready for a little girl, but
yeah. But
we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think that this is gonna be, you know, one of your biggest developments for this year for you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, it's adding a whole new dynamic to the family. It's God, you know, giving you another gift into this world, and He knows that you're ready for it. Mm-hmm. It's going to change a lot of things, but it's going to be good change for y'all.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited for y'all to have it. You know?
Thank you. Well, that's what ours is. So now, flipping the table over to you. What do you look forward to?
Yeah. So I mean, in 2022, I think everybody like over this last 2021 and even all the way back to 2020, whenever everything started with the virus and different things that's been going on, everybody's so afraid. Like, is 2022 going to be the exact same like it was? Am I going to be in quarantine? Am I going to have a job? Are things going to be better or just keep going down this rabbit hole? And for me, I was like that at the beginning of this year. Mm-hmm. New Year's Day came and it was like,
It almost felt like the same thing is just going on again.
Yeah, it just felt like
or it didn't even feel like a new...
It didn't feel like a new year to me.
Yeah.
It just felt like, well, it's just another month going in the same year. Like we're not moving.
Right.
But after New Year's Day, things started kind of connected in my head, and I started thinking of like what we're doing here with the podcast and like the business and different stuff like that. And so I started doing journaling and writing different goals that I want to set for this year.
That's good.
And so let me see if I can't pull it up and kind of read a few things that I have.
That's cool. It's good to write stuff down and...
See, yeah, so that's been like one of the hardest things for me in this past year, because I've heard from my spiritual advisor and different people that like start writing, man. Like it's going to help you so much with different things. And all throughout 2021, I just couldn't start.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I finally got the motivation to start doing it this year, and I've been doing it a lot.
I used to do a prayer journal all the time,
yeah.
and I felt like it helped a lot because it would help me, like because I would start in the beginning of the month what I wanted to pray for, so then I knew.
Right. And
then I would add things to it. It was cool.
It gets you to sit down and think with it and sit with those feelings and understand where they're coming from and what you really need.
Right.
To really look like if you're looking at it on paper, it makes you more aware.
Yeah, and writing it, like while you're writing it, I don't know.
So, everybody has those personal changes, I want to work out New Year and all that, so I want to start doing that. Of course, like everybody says that.
Yeah, but if you stick to it, then
So I'm start working out more. I need to start meditating, getting closer to God, start killing my anxiety, getting it out, out the way. And I want to start changing my blueprint and loving who I am and striving more for who I am as a person rather than a collective of different personalities that I go around changing for other people.
Right, because it shouldn't be that way.
Right, exactly. And my 3 life changes that I'm really starting to push for this year that I'm really excited about because they're kind of going into the works, and it's going to be part of the market milestones and it's going to be part of the podcast, is that we're going to start traveling. I'm going to start the filming process. We have a bunch of stories and ideas that we want to share with y'all.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. And I hope y'all are there to see it and join us in the journey. But yeah, we're going to start traveling and making content for y'all. And we already have a few places marked down and ready to go this year. And we want to start helping people. That's one of my biggest things this year that I want to do is start kind of getting in contact with charities and stuff like that, and kind of like
be in the hands and feet of Jesus.
Exactly, yeah, exactly like that. Like I've always heard that quote from some of my friends. They used to tell me this, and it's like, if you help someone, you help everyone.
That's right.
So we want to start doing that,
Yeah.
That's some of my big things for this year that I'm prepared for and ready for, and hoping it goes well.
If it's just one person,
Yeah.
like when he leaves the 99
Exactly
for the
like
one,
Yeah.
you can just touch somebody, then
Yeah.
you feel like you're doing your job right.
Exactly. So, not only are we looking forward to things this year, because we have a lot of plans and big things in the works, but what are some struggles you overcame this past year to get you to where you're at now?
Our family, I feel like, has had some big struggles this past year, just with jobs. Like, my husband has been trying so hard, to get a head coach position, head football, and it has just been a struggle. Like, he has gone on interview after interview, and you just keep getting that no, and then you just keep getting frustrated, and I'm like, I keep repeating myself to him over and over again, it's okay, it's going to be okay, God has a better plan for us. And don't get me wrong, he absolutely believes that. He is big time in prayer. He knows that, it's a better door that God's going to have that's going to open. But it's hard at times when you keep getting that no to think, like, when is your time to get that yes? And
right.
No after no after no.
Yeah.
It's like
it's hard because you can be the most positive person in the room, but if you constantly hear the same answer being told to you, you start to believe it.
Right. And I think that in a way it's almost kind of like a test.
Oh, yeah.
Because he wants to see if you're gonna stay in it with him. God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I keep telling Tyler over and over, and he's like, I know, babe, I know. Like,
yeah.
I keep in prayer, and I'm not going to look, because I'm always afraid, like, I don't want him to lose his faith because he keeps getting told no.
Right.
All the knockdowns sometimes will lead somebody to just be so frustrated to where they just give up.
And get you to walk away.
Right. And he is going to be an amazing coach.
Right.
Like, he knows the game like nobody else does. This man studies. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Wow.
He will watch every single football game. I'm like, I don't
it.
even know the team. Why are you watching this?
Right.
you know? But he just loves it. It's his
Yeah.
passion, and it's going to come. It's just not the time right now, and everybody has their season in life, and it's coming for him. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
So that has been a struggle, and just all the pregnancy losses and stuff, too, has been a big struggle on our family.
Right.
But we have our prayers answered for that. So you see?
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of no's, a lot of losses, and then
finally,
it's just time for that right now. He knows that this is what our family needs,
Right.
And Granny, just being so sick, and it's been a really hard struggle on all of us, but a really hard struggle on Mama. Like, for the listeners that don't know, she has Parkinson's disease, and it's been a rough journey, and it's been for a long time.
It's been for a really long time. And Mom's, our mother's always been, the caretaker of all that, and
absolutely
has always been there for her, and
everything's kind of been put on her.
Yeah.
And not that she would ever take that away, because that's the time that she's had with her. But it's just been a struggle, and it's been hard to watch Granny, because when you know somebody and how they were, and then you see them like that, it's like,
when you see them,
this
start
is not
going
the same
down,
person.
Exactly. Yeah. And Lord, my grandmother was the woman that told me about Jesus and all
Absolutely.
that.
That's the only reason why we know about, Mom and Dad too.
Mom and Daddy too, but
Granny really taught us
like
the rosary,
Yeah.
and we'd go over there every week and say the rosary with them. And I tell her all the time, Granny, if you think for a second that
you're going somewhere bad,
you're going somewhere else, then Lord Jesus, help the rest of us, because you are such a blessing, so wise. Like, ma'am, no ma'am.
Yeah. And she's one of those women that you'll see, and I think everybody can relate to, like, just meeting people like that they're like an absolute saint on earth. Okay.
and then you see them going to confession, and you're like, what are you confessing? There
Exactly.
ain't no way that you sinning.
Exactly.
You know, and you have to laugh at it.
Should it go like almost, I don't know, like every other day or every week at least?
It was a lot.
And I'm like, what are you confessing? Like,
and she was just so close to God, and
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
It could be that she stubbed her toe and cursed, and that was why she was going to confession. But she's
an angel on earth. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And our mom is an angel on earth for taking such good care of her, and our grandfather. Like, if you would see them two together, I mean, he would walk on the ceiling if she told him to. Whatever she needs, he's gonna be there to do it.
That's the love of her life.
That's the one thing, and I've told them that before. That when I was praying for my husband, I'm like, I want somebody like that. Like, they were still, older and holding hands, and he was opening the door for her and doing things for her, and I was like, that's what I want. I want that.
Yeah.
And I got it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Yep. And our grandfather is a special man, just like our grandmother's a special woman.
Oh,
that I learned from Daddy, of course, too, but I spent so much time with him. I learned from our papa, how to be a gentleman and how to take care of a woman and all that, and pay for her meals every time you go out to dinner.
Those old school ways, but it needs to be back that way.
100%. And I am the way I am because of him.
Yeah.
But
that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
So what struggles have you had this year?
Oh, going off of like what you said with Granny and all that. Of course, I've been there through all that with y'all, and I mean, other than that, being only 20 years old, going to college, and being young, still being in that college scene, you and all your friends at this age still go out into the town and go to bars and all stuff like that. And I've kind of realized now that it's time to kind of move away from that scene, that not every day has to be a party.
Right.
Starting
to grow up a little bit.
Yeah, starting to grow up, mature a little bit and realize that maybe that's not what I want to do anymore. And it's hard because it's like all your friends still want you to be in that scene.
Right.
And you start burning some ties and all that and kind of walking away from them. And you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, of course.
But you're growing as an individual. And sometimes those relationships, they come and they go.
Right.
And there's a reason that God puts people into your life. And I've learned there's a reason that God takes people out.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. I mean, I'm the kind of person that I kind of take everything and everyone as an experience. I'm going to learn a lesson with everything.
Yeah, and it's not that if God takes somebody out of your life that it was a bad thing or that person was toxic. No, sometimes people come in our life for a short period of time and they are like so wonderful, and then you just kind of drift off.
Right,
and
of course.
It's just maybe what you or that other person needed in that time frame.
Right, exactly. But that's one thing I've kind of been struggling with. It's kind of knowing that I'm growing up and knowing that I'm changing and how it's going to affect, my relationships as a whole.
Right.
Kind of moving forward. But it's something that I need to do because if I want to continue down the path that I'm going, I need to continue to evolve.
Right.
Don't just stay in a rut, you know. But other than, that, school, of course, will always be a struggle, not knowing exactly what I want to do still, if I want to go for business, if I want to change that major, if, stay or leave, that kind of thing. But every young person, I feel like has that struggle.
Yes.
Or you don't know really what you want to do. You kind of just toss into the barrel. And
I feel like there's one in 100 people that know exactly what they want and they stay on that straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Like, I went in thinking I want to be a counselor, then I changed to teacher, then I changed to psychiatrist, and then I changed to something else, and I ended up graduating in general studies and just finishing faster. And then I did end up teaching, but
right.
I mean, I was all over the place. Art, I think, was one too.
And it's a real struggle whenever you have that friend, because I have people like this in my life where it's like, since the day they were born, they knew what they were gonna be, and they making it happen.
Right.
I got a friend that's like, since we started high school, I'm going to be an electrical engineer. I'm going to take over a company. I'm going to make it mine, all that kind of stuff. And I mean, he's doing it, you know, which is wonderful. And I feel no envy towards him, but it's kind of like, man, why can't I do that?
Yeah.
You know?
You just need to pray about it and ask God to show you exactly what direction he wants you to go in.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I think with all of this, that what we're doing is kind of my direction. So we jumped around talking about our struggles, and I know everybody around, you know, anywhere really, just these past 2 years have been hard for everyone. And like I've noticed more so than anything else in the past 2 years, you've noticed a lot of people, like young people, struggling more with like mental health issues, like anxiety and everything, because they've been so locked up in their houses. And you know, how do I get out of that rut and start off making this year like mine, and how do I change myself?
With even surges of the virus still
like
going
coming, you know, back to back. And
right.
So I kind of wanted to talk about, you know, how can people focus on themselves and better themselves going into this year, and you know, how to make it their year, because that's a hard thing. Because everybody talks about having, like, you know, a New Year's resolution,
right?
And you know, it's kind of like a joke that everybody kind of says, like, I have a resolution, but it doesn't last more than like a week,
right? Or like some people will be like, I don't really even have anything, and like, is that okay?
Yeah,
like,
people get worried like you're supposed to be different every year.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think that like to focus on yourself, like you need to be able to search yourself and like really seek what it is that you want out of life. Sometimes people aren't sure, and I think you need to take a step back and really think about what it is that you want out of this life. Maybe like try to make goals for yourself. And they don't need to be huge goals, like these humongous things. It could just be something simple to work on or to look forward to. Right,
because, I mean, you know, something that you want to strive for, it matters to you. It doesn't have to be this big extravagant thing like, oh, I'm going to make $1 million this year type of stuff.
Right.
I'm making a change for myself because I want it for me.
Right.
You know.
Like we do like goals as a family. Like I was talking earlier about how when we say prayers at night together, like even the simplest goal like that, like, oh, we're going to start praying as a family together at night. Like that's a simple thing to just start doing and incorporating in your day.
Yeah.
Like we'll talk about together how can we be more like the hands and feet of God. What are some things that we could do maybe to help other people out? Like simple things like that. It doesn't have to be, like you said, a big old huge goal in mind. You know, it can be something simple. Something like that. Yeah.
You know, I think that's what people, they convey it in the wrong way. They see their goal, they see these things they want to focus on and strive for, but they only see the ending picture.
Right.
They don't see the baby steps it takes to get to where you start running.
Right.
You know, like that old saying, you gotta crawl, you gotta walk before you run.
Right. It's true.
And it takes time. And, you know, there's some small things that you can, you know, try to do. I mean, of course, we always go back to prayer and saying that, you know, talk with God and ask Him to help you out through the struggle. And one thing that I've finally, you know, started to get back in the rhythm of doing is just sitting with it. Sitting with the realization of who I am right now, what the struggles are, writing them down on a piece of paper and saying, you know, this is what I'm going to focus on today.
Right, and that's the way that it can help you. Like, everybody's different, so not everybody's going to have the same type of way of doing things.
Right.
You know, or trying to create a way to help themselves or to focus on themselves. Like some people, you could create a space or in your day to invest in something. You know, that helps me out sometimes to be able to have that open space for this.
Can you kind of like elaborate on that?
I think I talked about this in past podcasts, but like I'll find not even just like prayer, but I think I had talked about that, how like I would do like my prayer journaling or something like that, like or I would ask God, like, please find time in my day for me to be able to talk to you or to pray to you, which you can do it at any time, but like just for me to be present with Him. And He'll always do it. Like it'll be like when I'm rocking Riker to sleep, or whenever he's actually taking a nap, or even not just like prayer. Like another example is like, I need to start exercising more. So I need to try to find that time in my day where I'm able to do that. And it's not always going to be the same time. Like most of the time I would try to do it whenever Riker's napping because he's not in my feet. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. And sometimes he's right there trying to do it with me. And that's just how it's going to have to go, is he's going to have to be there, right there with me trying to do it, you know? I mean, it could be finding that space in your day to invest in something. And like I said, that could be different things. That could be exercising, reading, memorizing scripture. You could be meditating at a time, journaling like you said, you know, praying, whatever it is that is going to make you feel better and help you out. Find that space in your day to take the time to actually do that.
Right.
You know?
Which I think, you know, a lot of people have gotten in the routine, the work routine, I gotta go make some money routine of I have no time in my day for anything else other than wake up, work, eat, go to bed.
Sure.
Wake up, work, eat, do it over again every day. And I've been stuck in that loop, you know, where you can't find time and space and so you think you can.
You think you can,
right?
Yeah.
And then well, it's become to the point though, like where you're stuck. And I think a lot of people can relate to it, is that you're stuck so much in the loop of that cycle that whenever you do have the time, you don't do it.
Right.
You push it away.
It's probably harder too if you're like by yourself.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say too, like sometimes it might help other people out if they can find like a community.
Right.
Or like a group to be in that has the same interest as you, or something where you can share with others and encourage each other.
It kind of keeps you what's the word I'm looking for?
On the right track or level-headed too.
Well, yeah, but they not so much that they're like responsible for you, but they keep you like.
They keep you on the right track because y'all encouraging each other.
Yeah, there's a word I'm trying to find. I'm about to just cut this right here, but there's a specific word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Well, they keep you consistent with it.
Yeah.
You know, they know when you're falling off.
Right.
And they're going to bring you back up if you have that community.
And if you have somebody to light the fire underneath you, I don't know how to
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
Kind of like just to push you.
Yeah.
Then some people just need that. Some people can't just do it on their own. They need somebody to push them to do it.
I mean, you know me.
You need a push.
You know, 100%. I'm one of those people that
and that's okay.
Yeah.
To have that. As long as you have people that you know are going to be there to do it.
Like you.
You know?
You say, wake up. Let's go. We getting on a track today. Like, you know.
It's time to focus.
Yeah. And everybody needs a sense of community. And I think the time we're living in now is a time of, I can do everything by myself. Mm-hmm. I'm independent. There's no such thing as help. It's weakness. It's everybody's mindset's like that right now with friends, family, everybody. And it's time for people to realize that, you know, we can be united in a community.
You need to come together.
Right.
Yeah, to help each other. Another thing that I had just seen this app, and I was like, well, that's kind of cool. It's called I Am. Mm-hmm. It's an app on your phone, and it's free. I think you can pay for, like, further. Like, right. I don't know. But
have a subscription for some, you know.
Like, it'll give you more in detail things.
Yeah.
But the free part, every, like, so many minutes in your day, like, I don't know, every so many hours or so, it'll, like, ding on my watch, and it'll come up and it'll say something. Like, it'll have, like, affirmations. Like, I got one earlier, just a few minutes ago, and it said, I will always be enough. Like, it'll tell you, like, little things like that. Just affirmations.
Keep you positive throughout the day.
Yeah, just keep you positive throughout the day.
Yeah.
So stuff like that can help too. Just to kind of keep you on track.
You reminded me of an app, because I didn't know about this one. It's called I Am, you said? Because I might get it one day. But there was an app a while back. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Sunvelo. I hope I'm saying that right. Sanvello.
I think so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just say it like that, and in the comments you can tell me I'm saying it wrong. Sanvello. So with that app, there was different like small like 5 to 10 minute meditation videos and soundtracks that you can listen to, and people will like tell you to breathe or count objects in the room. And somebody that struggles with anxiety and like severe anxiety and depression,
That would be good for her.
yeah, because I mean I've been there, medication and all that, and
Yeah.
it helps, but you want to have something that's real physical and like get your mind
Sure.
thinking more than just having a pill.
Right.
And so I did that for a while, and it helped. And you meditate, but that's not the part that I liked. The part that I liked was that they had this column that you'd scroll to, and it was a live feed of different topics with like all real people from all over the world, a community talking about anxiety, depression, and everything. So you could just ask questions, and people would answer you and talk to you whenever.
Yeah, or somebody that's gone through the same thing.
Exactly.
That's cool.
They had a list of different things. So like, I want to say a while back, one of them was like New Year's resolutions that people were talking about, and like how to focus on themselves, and everybody in that section, they all came to the agreement that was like, community's a big thing, and this is why we still do what we're doing now, on this app. I don't know y'all personally, but I know y'all enough. I have somebody here that's talking to me.
Right.
And everybody needs that. And they had stuff for relationships, and you just talk to people. I think that's one of the biggest things that we're starting to lose, that we need to get back, is just talking and having the community, like you said.
That's pretty cool. It's
But
like any topic that you might be going through, they have something for.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. That's neat.
Yeah, so that's Sanvello, if I'm saying it wrong, right? I'm not sure. Sanvello. And the app
It's free?
It's free, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. Just as we always say too, it always helps to focus on God.
Right.
He's going to help you through the struggles.
Yeah.
He's going to get you through it. Good times, bad times, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You always know that's your right-hand man.
Yeah. And trust me, I mean, because we're all human, but I like to think that, I'm very human. I struggle a lot with spirituality and figuring out, where exactly God is in my life. But, not that I fall away from him, but at times I do doubt, and at times I do struggle with knowing that he's there and everything. And I think a lot of people can, relate to that. And just speaking to him like he's like your friend.
Right. Which
some people think that it's not, like, that's not how you're supposed to do it. That's not how you pray.
Some people might think you're crazy, but sometimes I'm talking to him like I'm talking to you.
Yeah, exactly. I started talking to him like he's a physical person with me in the room. Like, he's my friend. And that's helped a lot,
I feel like it's because when you're going through something and you talking to him like he's right here with you, like you're speaking about it out loud, so then you're getting it like out and off your chest.
Just to realize it.
And like you're hearing it, you're saying it.
Yeah.
You're not just like saying it in your mind. I don't know.
Yeah. When you say things in your mind, you start to dwell on them and build them up.
It's like it's still staying in there.
Yeah.
But whenever you actually speaking it, it's like it's coming out.
That's one thing I'd like to add to all of this is it's just speaking things in general. Don't hold things in like, we've been taught to and have been, we've been choosing to do for so long. And that goes for everyone, I don't care how small or how big the problem is. If you hold it in,
you're just digging your hole deeper, and you're just going to keep sinking into it.
Right, exactly. You gotta get out of that.
Yep.
Start speaking to people.
Start climbing out of it.
Right.
Don't just sink into it.
And I think the last thing I kind of want to, leave with all this is our whole message of leaving your mark, and a milestone in your life you want to mark. Find that big thing. I know that we talked about earlier, like not to, dwell on like a huge thing to jump into for a resolution, but make a big goal, dream big, and start going towards it. What's a milestone that you've been wanting to mark? What's something you've been wanting to stop doing? What's something that you want to start doing? Where's a place you want to travel? Who's somebody that you want to talk to? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be?
Right, and start small and build your way up to it.
Exactly.
I mean,
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Marking Milestones podcast. Please follow us over on Instagram at Marking Milestones. And as always, leave your mark.